Brent, why don't you tell me what brings you down to Sarasota?
You know, cold weather, born in Maine all my life, born and raised in Maine till age 18, went to the deep south of New York and went to school there for 8 years, met my wife. Then we went back to the Northeast after 10 years in Africa. And my wife finally said, you know what? As we look forward to retirement, I sure would like to do it where there's no cold weather, no snow, nothing prohibits me from going outside any of the 12 months of the year. So primarily the weather brought us down here. We had a daughter in the Sarasota, Bradenton area, and she said, Dad, this place is unbelievable. Some of the nicest beaches in the world are in our backyard. Lido Beach, Siesta Key Beach, Anna Marie Island. They're just gorgeous. And when we came down to visit about 4 years ago, we said, man, that really is like sugar on the beach. And the beaches, the weather, the everything, just we fell in love with it early.
Nice. So how long have you been down there now?
We came down in March, officially retired in March, and have been here since. And it's a really, really nice place to hang out.
Good. Some of the more important things that I hear everyone asking is, how is the affordability or housing market down in the Sarasota area?
You know, that is a good question. And we have ranged, we actually rented a piece of property because we're doing a Section 1031. So we rented a piece of property, and those pieces of property, 2 bedrooms in a 55 plus community, we could get into for $175,000. We also know of Lakewood Ranch is very, very hot item in Sarasota area. And if you're moving to Sarasota, what they refer to is if you want to live in the Taj Mahal section of Bradenton or Sarasota, you really need to look at Lakewood Ranch because there's nothing like it. And so we ended up purchasing a home in Lakewood Ranch, and it's proven to be everything it was cracked up to be. HOA fees for us, very low. When I say low, I'll just be totally transparent and say our HOA is $77 a month.
Oof.
Very affordable.
Yeah.
We also know people live in Lakewood Ranch and they're paying 500 plus per month.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of amenities. Our community is not gated, but there are many communities that are. So
Yes.
you have both benefits in Lakewood Ranch, but you don't have to be in Lakewood Ranch to have nice housing either. So just a really wide spectrum. It will probably, you could find areas to meet budgets. Hard to get into a decent home now, private residence in the 200s, but you can get into some high 3s. But this post-COVID market, Lewis, as you well know, has just driven things absolutely crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, we see that everywhere. And Sarasota, I'm sure, is no exception. Now, Brent, tell me about the schools, because one of the main reasons why people move to Sarasota, from what I understand, is the school systems are pretty good there. You
know, they are. The reputation of the Sarasota school system is really top notch. You're talking blue ribbon. I would be less than honest if I were going to speak as an expert. All I know is the word on the street is best of schools. Again, you got to be directing yourself toward the Sarasota, especially Lakewood Ranch area.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are in there. You know, we're beyond that. So to me, it wasn't a big deal to find the schooling. But right across the street from me, one kid graduated high school this spring. He's now going to med school.
Nice.
Right here in Sarasota. You've got the other guy down the street, 3 houses. His kids are in high school, and they're in the honors program. So it's got everything you need, and the reputation just second to none.
Yeah. Now, as far as reputations go, there's a lot of cities out there who don't have the best reputation when it comes to crime. Is crime a factor anywhere in Sarasota?
You know, I have not heard of any substantial crime in the Sarasota area here where I'm living. I mean, you get an occasional hiccup, but no. In fact, I was very surprised to discuss with my wife the fact we don't even see that many police cars cruising the area
Mhm.
uh, in this neighborhood, which tells me that we're in a pretty safe area.
Okay. With that being said, I know that Sarasota is maybe not prone to crime because maybe it doesn't have as much action going on and maybe not a lot of like parties going on. But is there an actual entertainment? Is there an area for people to be entertained? Is there things for people to do to kind of go out on a Friday night or on a Saturday night and have dinner? You know, maybe have catch a movie. Are there things to do, or is it relatively just suburbs?
You go down to the St. Armand's down in lower Sarasota area, um, Marine Jack, uh, Whiskey Joe's. You've got high end, low end, but sidewalk cafes out the wazoo. And St. Armand's is just a wonderful, wonderful park your car, stroll the streets, high end shopping
Mhm.
uh, and high end dining, but also very reasonably priced.
Okay.
Um, so Anna Maria Island, same thing. More of a beachy feel in Anna Maria Island. Smaller homes, but very, very expensive because you are really surrounded on the island, of course, with waterfront properties and lots of entertainment.
Yeah, I've heard that Anna Maria Island is probably one of the nicest beaches or nicest areas in all of this Southwest Florida.
Pristine. I
Yeah.
mean, to drive out there, my wife has some disability challenges, so not easy for us to get a lot of places. But even for the disabled to be able to sit in a parking lot,
Mhm.
and the community is so well um, laid out that they have handicap spots with no trees. So it's like you're sitting right on the beach to watch the green flash
Yeah,
as the sun sets over the bay. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
beautiful.
And we've done that on numerous occasions. So uh, beachfront, if anyone is interested in trying out we want a decent place to eat, but we want a good atmosphere, go to the beach house on Anna Maria Island. You're sitting on a large terrace. The sand is in front of you. You can tell the waiter if you choose to, hey, we're going to be on the beach. We're going to take a dip. Call us when the food's ready.
Wow.
And they'll beep you. They'll give you 20 minutes notice. If you're not there in 20 minutes, they'll scrap your table.
Oh,
But
wow.
unusual for you to be able to have a place like that. You go across the street and you can get the Mexican cantina, they call it. And
Mhm.
actually, it's called the Wicked Cantina, to be exact. Um, Wide variety of food, wide variety of pricing, but everything is pristine. And yes, Anna Maria Island has attracted people from around the world.
Yeah. So I would assume that aside from having a nightlife and having entertainment, you've got the other amenities such as fishing, golfing, and outdoor sports. I mean, there should be enough of that to go around. Is that correct?
10-mile radius from my house, 45 golf courses. Um, and yeah, I'm scheduled to play golf tomorrow. I'm scheduled to go fishing on Friday, and boat clubs, easy access, boat clubs, $5,000 down, $300 a month. You get any boat that you want to rent as a member of the club. Um, and if you choose to say, well, I really don't want to do that, but I want to be a part of the boat club, you can work at the boat club if you need some supplemental income to help yourself along. That eliminates the $5,000 down. They pay you the $15 an hour plus the tips, a couple $100 a day, and you get to use all their boats for nothing on the days you want to go fishing. So there's
Hmm.
lots of ways to skin that cat. And I've been out on the boat and we spent 10 and a half hours out there, came back with some fish, sunburn, but I've never seen the variety of things in such a small area of what I've seen here in the Sarasota Bradenton area in the last 6 months.
That's amazing. Well, it's good to hear. That's something that a lot of people are concerned with, because a lot of these towns, they sound really great and they have a lot of special qualities about them. But after you get over the whole beach thing, what else is there to do? Do you have other activities? And it seems like you guys in Sarasota are definitely appealing to a wider crowd, a wider mix of just not just the older demographic that we've all been, always conditioned to knowing that has moved down to Florida, but also some of the younger folks who want to do things.
Plus, anybody that's a fan of baseball, the entire East Coast comes down to Florida. So you've got the Yankees in Clearwater, you got the Red Sox down, I think it's Fort Myer, you've got the Pittsburgh Pirates, you've got the Baltimore Orioles in Bradenton.
Wow.
There's just, so you sit and watch the games for 25 and 30 bucks, and the same guys that are going to go to Yankee Stadium, you're watching them at an arm's length and getting autographs. So, I mean, that's January, February, and March, right?
Yeah.
So it's great.
That is so cool. So you could literally bump into one of the major league players at the deli or something on a weekend.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is really cool. So tell me about the cultural mix. Is there a good variety of folks down there? Do you see, aside from obviously having a lot of older retiring couples, do you see younger people? Do you see Hispanic families? Do you see African-American families? Are things starting to kind of change in Sarasota?
Yes, absolutely they are. So Lakewood Ranch, a wide variety. People are jogging, biking right by my home. And the diversity has been very encouraging, because I came from New Jersey, and that was very important to me. I didn't want to live in just a one culture place. So Lakewood Ranch, again, let me get this right now. It's the it's the number one multi-generational communities in the state of Florida. I don't have that exactly right. It's the wording. I think it's the fastest growing multi-generational, multi-ethnic communities in the east of the Mississippi. I think that's the tagline that I read not long ago. So multi-generational, multi-ethnic, and you're dealing with some of the very, very best of healthcare. Sarasota is known for its outstanding healthcare.
Yeah.
Tampa, Florida, which is 50 minutes up the road, is known for the best orthopedics in the world.
Nice.
Ironically enough, the number one doctor who's now heading up Overlook in New Jersey was trained, did his specialty work in trauma down here in Tampa in orthopedics. Okay. He's gone back up there, was hired by Atlantic Health to put together a group, but it all started right here. So healthcare, I mean, it goes on and on.
Yeah, and speaking of which, you mentioned Tampa and all these surrounding cities around you. Sarasota is located in a really good part of Florida where you can kind of be in Tampa in maybe an hour. You can be in Naples in an hour. You could be in Miami in 2 hours. Orlando, it's like right there, dead smack in the middle. Is that? Do you find that to be a big upside?
We have visited friends in Lakeland. We're an hour, 50 minutes from Disney World. You've got Naples about an hour and 35 minutes down the road. You got Tampa, we go up to see ball games, huge water park. You're right here in the hub. So you've got the intricacies of these private beaches, and then you've got the nightlife and city life if you want it.
That's amazing. That's a really good thing. So I'm assuming we talked about a lot of the great things of Sarasota. Is there any downside, or have you seen anything that Sarasota still lacks? Or is there anything that you think, in your opinion, they're still behind on?
You know, it's never impressed me. Sarasota's never impressed me as being down on things. Here is one observation that I will speak. It kind of surprised me. I had heard that Sarasota is the place to be, but as I drive through Sarasota, Sarasota is the old money.
Yeah.
Sarasota, in many places, tends to be, the housing is smaller, more congested. So as you move out now, the newer homes and the newer money that's coming in, and quite honestly, the more attractive areas seem to be more in the Lakewood Ranch and the outskirt areas.
Okay.
Only makes sense because Sarasota gained its reputation years back, and there's only so much land, right?
Yeah. You got to keep going out.
Yeah.
So
If I wouldn't say that's a downside, I would just say that that's a reality. You got the Ringley Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. When they put their museum in, they researched what's been the least impacted area by way of hurricanes in the last century. And they put their museum in Sarasota, Florida, because the hurricanes have a tendency, for whatever reason, to not hit this area. Now, some claim that it's the Indian gods from years gone by, but probably scientifically, I've heard that as the peninsula of Florida shoots down, when the currents come up around it, the cooler air of the land tends to push them off. And by the time the winds bring them back in, they've gone north of Sarasota. So whatever reason, the museum is here and another local attraction for tourists.
Okay. Yeah, well, that makes a lot more sense than some angry god sending hurricanes this way.
I don't put much stock in that one.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. So I'm assuming, Brent, you don't have any plans on moving back to Jersey?
I have no plans of moving back to New Jersey. No, my wife and I are very content here. Plan on sticking around.
Well, that's good to hear because I'm sure our audience is going to want to know more about you and how they can get in touch with you if they need someone down there to hold their hand and show them around Sarasota. And I want to give you a big congratulations since you're just getting licensed, and what a better time to be in real estate than right now when there's such a demand for it. But what I want to ask is if you wouldn't mind sharing your information so we can get in touch with you.
The telephone number to reach me best would be 908-240-8801. And the office that I'll be working out of, home office, will be 7519 River Club Boulevard in Bradenton, zip code 34202.
Nice. Yeah, so if they ever want to drop in on you, they know where to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I hope the phone will ring off the hook because my wife and I can share some of the exciting places that we discovered.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for giving us the 411 on what's going down in Sarasota. I know a lot of our viewers here are torn between Naples and Sarasota, and I can't blame them. Sarasota is a very beautiful community, and obviously, I call Naples home. But definitely for me, I did consider Sarasota, and I know a lot of our viewers are as well. So at least they know they have an ally on the ground there.
So it would be real important when the people are tossing that coin, Sarasota, Naples, put in Lakewood Ranch. They have their own zip code now.
Oh, wow.
The community centers there, the athletic clubs, people are traveling into Lakewood Ranch area, soccer clubs, AAU baseball and basketball clubs. They're coming to Lakewood Ranch because they're building with the long range planning in mind. So it would be unfair to just look at Sarasota and not be aware that it's really Bradenton / Sarasota, and Lakewood Ranch is the specific zip code that you want to plug into as you look for your areas in the Sarasota / Bradenton area. Now, if you want beaches, if you want waterfront, and it's the location that's more important because you want the beaches, by all means, you'll have some gorgeous areas. Look at that downtown Sarasota area, and you'll be able to come and pick out both.
Thank you. Good advice. Thank you so much, Brent. Guys, I do vouch for Brent. He's a good guy. If you guys are ever looking to move to that direction, I'm sure he'd be more than happy and capable to help you guys out. So Brent, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Louis.
Thank you, brother.